Hello friends, this is Barb Pask doing something crazy here today. Needed to get out of the house. It's pretty warm and I probably could stand outside and paint, but I kind of wanted the privacy of my car, so we're plein air painting in the car. Part of the challenge in this is getting someplace where you can park. You know, you see a cute place, but you can't park across the street, no parking. So I've chosen a little white house. I'll see if I can throw you through the windshield, whether you can see or not. I'm not sure you can see it over there or not. Trying to determine, this is really challenging, what you're seeing exactly. I think I can take you down a little bit more. All right, we're going to try this. See how it goes. Everything we're squished in here, and I have no idea. If you're watching this, I guess I posted it and I felt that it worked out well enough to share it. So I'm going to start out like we always do with an orange wash. If I was any bigger person, this would not work at all. My box is set up in front of my steering wheel, and we are filled to the max. Now, part of what might happen here to us, which is something that common happens frequently when I'm outside painting, is people decide to park in front of your subject matter. Right now we got a garbage truck coming in here. I got the window open, excuse the sound. But we'll be lucky if our house doesn't get blocked. I have gotten fairly far along in the painting and had people block me too. Sometimes people are really nice about it. They'll see that you're there and they'll move their car. I've had people stand right in front of me when I've been on the street painting. You know, you'd think, how do you not see me here? This is kind of crazy. Debated about filming it, but I thought, what the heck, we'll try to bring you along. It would be easier if we were standing outside doing this. I wouldn't feel so crowded. Maybe next time. And I'm going to continually bump into you probably, aren't I? Trying to determine if you can see what I want you to see. I think so. All right. I'm looking through my windshield, obviously, which has some glare on it. Using our view catcher. And we'll mix up something kind of dark to sketch with. Doesn't really matter. Part of what I like is got some beautiful blooming pink trees off to the right of the little house, and the American flag is hanging out in front. Now I do have a truck cutting off the end of the house, which may or may not stay there. You know how it goes. So we'll just try this. Alrighty, there's a mistake there. And it may feel like too much house for the canvas, you know. Okay, that has to line up with that. Window there. Pretty symmetrical house. Window, window, door. Got a little wreath here on the porch. Got a couple of little cute chairs out there in front. You know, by the time we, right now the light's coming across the porch right like this. And some reflected light down in here. As we move along, of course, the light's going to constantly change. Another porch post down on the other end of the porch. Okay, let me see if I've got things correct here. This needs to come over. So what we'll probably do is run this house off the canvas on the left. This is an addition. You can tell they added on later. That's one thing I like about old houses is sometimes you can tell they've just been added on and added on. And the post would come down further. They're hitting the little porch, little pathway coming out. We've got one of those red bushes here, and a nice big pink tree here. Some spring flowers, and I don't know if we'll put it in or not, but there's a couple mailboxes here. Okay, when you're out doing plein air, your biggest challenge is to not chase the shadows and the light. So you've got to pick one or the other, and that's what I typically do, and lay it in there first. You know, you really can do shadow or light. And actually, this is very dark here. Most of it's kind of mid-tone. There's some dark across the roof there. And there aren't, at this point, there's not a lot of bright light. A little bit here, a little reflected light here. You know, it's kind of off at an angle, I guess, at this point. So we're going to put in the darks where we see them first. Feels good to be out of the house. There have been occasions where I've been out painting someone's home, you know, and sold it, which was nice. I said the addition of the American flag will be nice. I think we'll make up a dirty white for the body of the house. Don't quite want it to be all the same color though, so I'm playing around with some neutral tones. Can you see okay? Let me see if I can even tell. Looks like to me you're pretty good. I've got so much glare in here, it's hard for me to tell what you're seeing exactly. I hope this works out. I think you're on the canvas. Okay. Again, that looks very blue there. It's not as blue. Part of it's, I think, against the orange that it looks so blue. It doesn't look as blue like that on my palette. But we will throw a little more transparent red oxide in it. There's like a little triangle shaped window up there. Not that it matters at this point. Hey, make sure to go to find my video oil painting giveaway. That's a 5x7 of flowers in a ball jar that I am going to give away, and you just have to subscribe to my channel and comment. Make sure to comment, and on the 13th of May I'm going to announce the winner. I don't have the windows big enough, so I'm kind of now over in here on this side of the house, it's a bit lighter and warmer where the light's kind of coming in. Same thing down here on this lower part, a bit lighter and warmer. So I introduced a little yellow into that. Darkening this up just a little bit down under the porch here. I wouldn't think anybody would come and talk to us today. You know, usually when I'm out, people want to come up and see what you're doing and visit with you, and you know, with the virus and everything, I don't imagine people would feel comfortable doing that right now. We'll go ahead and I kind of, you know, had the chairs kind of sketched in. We're just going to wipe them out for now. Looks pretty blue. I don't know how to look once the orange is gone. I find that to happen a lot, but you know, it's okay if it ends up being a little blue looking house. You know, it's not a commission. Got a bush here that's looks to be, can't tell if there's blooms or if it's just catching light. Okay, then when we go around this side, to define the fact that it is going around, I'm going to darken this up a bit more so we can explain the way the house is made. Okay, so this roof line is up above there. What a pretty day today. We need it. That's why I was saying, if I could change one thing, it would be some sunshine and warmer weather. Today is beautiful. The tone is nice to have on there because, you know, if you don't get every bit of it covered, you've got that color on there, which is really nice. There goes that truck leaving. Things come and go when you're outside. It's surprising how many people are out and about, considering we're not supposed to be. A lot of people walking and running, and gotta find the good things in this. I think one of the good things is look how much time families are spending with each other and with their kids. I mean, that's a good thing. Going to mix up something for the roof. Hard to even define the color. It's warmer. Catching a lot of light over here. Sorry, I'm bumping into you again, aren't I? This area up here surprisingly looks about as light as that. I'm trying to see where the sun is right now. Can't tell exactly. You know, just trying to paint what I see. The shadow comes down further. It's not a metal roof, it's a shingled roof. Probably was a metal roof at one time. I bet this is an old house. So I could make it a metal roof if I wanted. And this, whoops, and this right here is very light. Already this shadow has changed from when we got here, from when I started. But I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to, try to resist doing that. Kind of warming up the edge of this shadow where it meets the light. Okay. We got a lot of splaining to do yet. And we'll be using our palette knife for some of these more precise edges. Got a porch post there, and a porch post there. Okay. Let's go ahead and mix up a green for some of the, there's a lot of green in this. We'll put the darker greens in first. Making a mess on my paintbrush. Putting in the shadows that I see. This kind of goes downhill to the house. And there's a big tree. Maybe we'll put in, I haven't decided. Like I said, right at the corner here, we've got a bush. Which I know that doesn't feel very green at this point, but we're just kind of laying in the dark part. Okay. There's a tree here. When you look way back in here, there's a tree line. And that tree line kind of runs across there. Oh no, someone's parking in front of my house. There you go. Someone just blocked my view. I'm going to keep moving forward though with the hopes that maybe they'll move that car soon. When I'm painting in town someplace, I usually try to pick a place where people can't block me. If I'd been standing out there, she might have noticed me and not blocked me. It's her house though. She's got a right to park where she wants, right? There's, of course it's spring, so all this scruffy bright green stuff's coming out everywhere. Yeah, we'll hang in here and hope that she moves. And there's a brightly lit field back in here. Again, it's her house, so move your car, yell at her, right? I'd go over good, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's like a bush right here. And again, there's pink blooms. And this tree that's coming up here, there's pink blooms on it. It's not a very tall tree. A lot of these blooming trees, you know, they're not. It may have even been topped at one time. Hey, she might be moving. Nope. I thought maybe this was her parents' home. You know, a lot of people doing things for their parents now. And I saw the sweetest video the other day. This gal had hung a clear plastic shower curtain in the front of her garage, and her parents showed up and they hugged each other, her on one side and them on the other. I thought that was really nice. She said, well, we'll clean it up for next time. I say, we might consider turning this into a metal roof. It might improve it. I'm disappointed she's there. Hoping she'll leave. And then I think there's a tree coming up here, which I don't know if I want or not. And tree branches, and I think we will put some of that back there. It would probably be nice to soften up the building. They're going to start letting people out here in Ohio in a couple weeks, open up some of the small businesses, and I'm very fearful though of it being too soon and coming back. If things get worse instead of better, we'll be in the house for a year, won't we? Phew, it's getting warm. All right, let's find a trash bag. I had made that paper towel last as long as I possibly could. What am I doing when I run out of my Viva paper towels? I love Viva. I did not get any cobalt out, but I'm not going to. This is ultramarine, a little yellow and white. There's a satellite dish sticking up on the roof. I don't know, whether we'll put that in or not. Don't know if you're familiar with Mark Boges, B-O-E-D-E. I've mentioned him before, B-O-E-D-G-E-S, but he's amazing. And he'll paint scenes. I know one of his paintings in particular, I don't know if it was just a little old house or if there was a mobile home, but all kinds of stuff in the yard and satellite dishes, and he put every little thing in, and the painting's amazing. you know, that's the kind of subject matter a lot of us probably wouldn't paint. And he did it well. You should find that and take a look at it. I'm rechecking the angle on that roof. I think it's about right. And again, this is not exactly what I've got behind it. Now she's walking her dog, so it don't look like she's leaving. Again, she might be here taking care of her parents. And I was hoping to get all this other stuff blocked in, and maybe by then she'd be gone. You would probably laugh if you could see how crowded I am. What I might try to do is just lay in some of these pinks where I see them. I'm not interested in painting every little bloom that I see. I ran across a video last night on Twitter, Alex Baldwin, and some of you may not like him. I don't know how I feel about him, but he was saying some good things about what was going on right now. And one of the suggestions he had, which I liked, was either keep a diary or record yourself and your thoughts right now at this time. You know, be interesting to look back on later on. I like that idea. I think those are probably tulips sticking up there. Can't really see any of this anymore. Unfortunately, I can't see the door. I do recall it was lighter. And those chairs I can't really see anymore. I can kind of see one of them. There's a green, like blind, rolled up there on the porch. Hangs across from here to here. Don't know if it would make any sense as to what it is, but it doesn't really matter, does it? In the shadowed areas, some flowers sticking up. I'm hoping she'll leave and we can get some of this detail in that I see. You know, without getting too picky. Let's see. There's a leg pole. The American flag without getting too particular. Whew. Warming up out here. I want that to go above that tree line. Oh, whew, way too large. That's the tricky thing with a palette knife is if there's a little pipe here on the chimney, that's kind of what I was after. Let me warm this up, you know. And I don't know if we even want that little pipe. Part of the reason I'm putting it in is I can't see right now. Okay. Just keep doing what we can do, right? to get darker where it gets darker in the shadowed area. Not care for that porch post at all. We need to angle that walkway out a lot more. And this is all green. You know, do we want the tree? I haven't really decided. It goes right across the window, which is not a bad thing. You can just see a little bit of the window there. It runs off. It's a big tree. I'll tell you, it's really interesting to walk around your town. You just don't see things driving through. A few years ago, people in my one group, we decided to paint this town that I live in, and it's really interesting, you know, when you get yourself out there and you're standing on the street, you realize, hey, there's a little barn behind that house I never saw before. I like walking around. Makes me sound like a weirdo. I like walking around when it's starting to get dark at night, and it's terrible to say, isn't it? You can kind of see into people's homes. You know, it's beautiful sometimes, and I'm a stalker. I don't know, yeah, not bad. Kind of balances it out, maybe. Let's go down the hill here. I'll try to clean my brush. I got a little tub of water over there sitting in the corner of my bag. Not ideal conditions. I chose to do it though. I'm glad to be here. Kind of softening some of the edges of this tree. I think this is a red bud. I'm in the parking lot of a preschool because they're not in business right now. I started to park right in their driveway coming in, and I thought, nope, my luck, someone will want to come in when I've got all this stuff in my lap and I can't move. So now I'm in a parking spot, so I should be okay here. Putting a little warmth on this tree. Oop, I'm sorry, I bumped you again. I've been pretty good about it. Kind of suggesting that it's a metal roof. I think that would. Alright, I wish I could see the porch a little bit better now. I'd like to be going after some of this detail. She's still there. She's still in our way. How dare her? Now, do we want the mailbox in? Does that add anything? There's a little mailbox right here. Makes me think there must be a little driveway over there. Why else would you have a mailbox here? Because it's facing over that way. Because I could move it over. Because I'm the artist. I could put it on this side, couldn't I? This big brush. I keep hoping she's gonna leave so we can. One thing I didn't do, and I would recommend you do, is to take photos of your subject before you start. And I did not do that, so this obviously is easy. This part's green. It's the brighter green because I laid the shadows in where I saw them. But like I said, there is a couple chairs on the porch. Which I thought were pretty cute. don't think she's gonna move. I was trying to kind of warm this up a little bit here. This is a house that has lap siding. Don't know whether that detail would help us or not. I add a little bit of it, maybe. You know, maybe, just so you know what you're looking at. Feeling like I would like to see more red in that flag. Again, it's a very impressionistic flag. Gotten very warm. Just kind of a square post, it looks like. Sorry, bumped you again. Well, she's not going to move for us, so we may have to call it quits for today, and I could come by and get it. Actually, what I could do is when I'm not set up, I could just walk out there and take a picture with my camera. That's probably what I'll do. And then, you know, because I kind of think I might want these chairs in. I think that's kind of a cute detail on the porch. There's a little wreath there, which, you know, maybe I want it, maybe I don't. If we do it, we don't want to get too picky, you know, with it. I think it's like for Cynthia, which is kind of cool. Kind of suggest it, we'll see. I don't know whether I want that or not. I'm not usually much into all this little picky detail. But again, there's 2 chairs. There's a bunch of, I can see some of that. There's a bunch of plants coming up here, some kind, scruffy stuff. Don't seem to have any blooms on them though. I see whatever this is has a tree trunk. I know, but it might be pretty to have some of this color here too. Alright, so we're going to call it quits. You get the idea. This is going to be green. There's a sidewalk here. Like I said, I'm going to get a picture of it, and I may put those chairs in. That's kitchen light. A couple green chairs here on the porch. All right, I'm gonna sign off and clean up my mess and get some pictures. Hold on a sec. I'll take you off of here. Put you in front of it. A lot of glare on it, of course. Let's see if we can tip it up. Maybe it doesn't. There's our scene over there. See the car? Shadow hasn't changed much on the addition yet. A lot on the roof though. I had just that little square and now it's almost completely exposed. Alright, that was about an hour. You kind of get the idea. There's a little more, quite a bit more work to do, but it was fun. I hope this worked out. I hope you can see it. Like and subscribe and join me again soon. Bye bye.